got a message accepting your offer of a meeting with him. Before you guys left to go meet him, you're still at the Crownsguard headquarters. Cobalt Soul representative arrived, and you were united again with Sia Kresh, the head expositor, who is very dangerous and very influential, but who you have had a generally good relationship with in the past. The times that you've met her, she's been pretty pleased with your work, particularly Eulophilia. But she is here to oversee the confessions from Felix and Hydra in an attempt to figure out what exactly is going on here. Once she arrived, you guys left to go and talk to Anders, see if you could get him to give up his pursuit of Hydric, explaining that he is not likely to get anything from Petrov if he completes the job, because Petrov is about to get arrested for at least one significant crime, possibly more. You also tried to convince him to give his testimony as well, which he was more hesitant to do. He said he might consider that if you got assurances for him from Aurelia, say representative of the Cerberus Assembly, that he would not be prosecuted in any way for his part in this, and he'd be left alone. I think that's where we left off. Is that right?
Yes. He left Corey with us
Yep,
to
that's right.
um to send back whatever Aurelia says about this.
Yes. And Aurelia is back at the guardhouse
Yes.
watching Fresh because she's technically sort of in charge of this investigation and wants to see it through. Yeah, so it's like early afternoon, I think, at this point.
And we're all sitting around. Cool.
Yep. Yep. Finishing your drinks that you had to buy because you were waiting at this bar.
Well, I guess that went well.
We didn't die, so
That is always the number one priority.
that's kind of questionable, I think, given some of the decisions some of us have made in recent combat events.
I have no idea what you're referring to.
No?
No.
I mean, you must have planned on killing them with daggers instead of your continuing to try to shoot them with your bow, right?
I was shooting other people with my bow.
Were you having success with that?
The way I remember it, yeah, sure.
Uh-huh.
but I don't remember very much.
Maybe because you were unconscious for most of it. I don't know.
That's a good way to not have to do any of the work.
I suppose you could say that.
I guess we should go back to Aurelia or whatever. Probably soon. Or we could just like make him wait forever. What does like what's her
Corey,
face look like? Yeah.
I was just about to say, yeah, Corey's just kind of sitting there, like looking down at her hands, fiddling with her sleeve, just sort of listening to you guys talk. She's
Have
not really.
we had a meal?
I think you had breakfast.
I remember us having shitty coffee at
Yep.
the
You had shitty coffee and then like
headquarters.
shitty breakfast. It was like
Cool.
ration kind of food. So,
I don't know if they give you food that you can walk with at this inn, but I'll try to get um, something like that late lunch, early dinner, Corey included.
maybe not at this inn, but if you go like a little ways down the street to the sort of main street, you can find like food vendors who have more portable stuff.
Sure. Do that then.
Okay, so you go to the food carts and get some things for late lunch.
Just to take on the way.
Yeah, it's only been like an hour, I think, since you left the guardhouse, so presumably they're still doing stuff. Yeah, you guys can head back there. Corey doesn't really say anything. She's just kind of not offering any suggestions, letting you guys do whatever you want, basically.
I guess Ophelia will. I can't think of any way for her to exist except for like as a rude person. So she's probably gonna be like, so like, what's what's up with like you and Victor anyway? Do you like live together? Are you like family? Are you like what's up with that?
She looks up kind of surprised, like, you're asking me a personal question? Okay. I don't, we don't live together. I was living with a friend of mine who is also Victor's friend. I
I don't
wouldn't
know
know
if it's like just me, but you're like occasionally dipping out and getting like
why.
difficult to
Okay,
understand.
it might be the air conditioning.
Maybe.
Let me. Maybe I should.
It's
Sit
just
at
time
the
for you to
table.
invest in like a headset, I think. A fancy
Yeah,
microphone.
using my computer mic Maybe if I don't lie on the couch, that will also. Okay, is that any better?
So far.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so Corey gives you kind of a surprised look, a little bit incredulous, and says, "No, I don't live with Victor. I was living with a friend of mine, is also friends with Victor. I didn't know him that well before this happened."
So you were just like, wait, were you like just grocery shopping for him and then he came in like all fucked up? Is that what, did we like interrupt a friendly like moment there? I guess so.
No, he was fucked up, and then I offered to buy him groceries.
Uh,
I when Theo didn't come back, I went looking for the rest of the group. I only found Victor. He was all messed up. Yeah, she mentioned this earlier, I think. That one of the guys
yeah,
who was killed was like
I
her
feel like it's all coming
close
together.
friend. I think she said like you killed my only friend or something. And he did also try to kill you, but that's the situation.
A lot has been going on, so I kind of forgot about that. Um, Ophelia says that. Um, so then, like, Ophelia looks very lost at Adokora.
Uh, that's not gonna help me, Chief. I don't know where you're going with this either.
Oh, you guys did have a conversation about this last night, I think. You and Ophelia.
We did. Uh, we had a conversation about Corey. This does. This is not
Yeah, I don't know.
necessarily being. Um. Hmm.
Is Ophelia just being nosy? Hard to tell.
Maybe she'll say then, like, so what do you plan to do, like, after this whole thing? I don't know. Is it like, if results don't happen, are you, like, gonna die?
I mean, if Anders quits the job, then I'm off the hook for it. I don't get paid, but I'm gonna die.
Did you say you get off the hook for it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. If Anders isn't doing it, she doesn't. She's not like beholden to that deal anymore either.
Okay, and then, like, after that? Like, do you like have a day job or like what?
Really? Cutting out?
What was that?
Am I cutting out? The little circle wasn't lighting up.
Still,
You made
yeah.
like a sound before that, and it could have been a
Okay.
yes or a no. I don't know.
Okay, okay. I think I
It
cut out for a
might
second.
be your voice sensitivity.
Oh. How do I change that?
In user settings, if you go down to voice and video, there's a little slidey bar, and it determines like how much background noise it puts up. But if it's too far in the green, then it's hard to hear.
Better?
You cut out. Talk for a little longer.
If you're talking, then no.
Okay. Hello?
Hello.
I'm moving this thing around. How's that?
You said, is that, and then I heard nothing.
I can't see the other window when I'm in user settings. Okay, what about that? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, you're like fainter,
Oh, am I? That's okay. Well,
but you sound clearer.
okay. I'm just moving the bar around. So, what's that like?
Probably
Uh,
decent. It's like hard to gauge when you're just testing as opposed to like actually talking.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna put it here for a little while and see how it goes.
Yeah.
okay.
Am I just like, is this just worse than usual, or am I usually like this?
Not usually, I don't think.
Yeah, I think it's worse than usual.
Okay, great.
But it does sound better, I think, based on the last 30 seconds.
Okay, good. All right, yeah, tell me if it gets weird again. Okay, what was I saying?
Ophelia was like, do you have like a job?
Oh, yeah. No, I don't. Not a steady job.
Do you like want a steady job?
I, it would depend on what it was, I guess.
Well, what are your hobbies? Like, what do you like to do? Do you like to fight or do you like to like, I don't know, shop for groceries? Those are like the only two things I've seen you doing, so I don't
Oh my God. She looks like a little bit offended. Like, you don't know me.
That's why I'm asking.
Um, I don't, I mean, I'm not really, I haven't done a lot of fighting. I'm pretty quiet. I'm good at sneaking around and hiding, noticing things. Um, I don't know. I always liked, Okay, I don't know why you want to know my hobbies. This feels weird, but I always liked, sewing and embroidery, but that didn't pan out. Because of
What time of the
career.
day is it?
It's like 1 p.m.
Okay, like, do we think we might get into a fight today? Like, is this like a political day, or is this like a needs, but wait, no, I don't need to feign the death anymore, so.
It's true, you did tell Anders that he was alive.
Yeah.
What is our forecast for today, Anna and Izzy? You know what? I don't care. I'm gonna send a message to Torkel.
Okay.
I'm not, Crush is like right here, but they're scary, so.
Terrifying. Okay, do you like stop Corey, or because she's just gonna keep talking about her hobbies?
She can keep talking about them if she wants for now.
Okay.
Is it
While I
super
craft my
obvious that
message.
Ophelia is about to cast sending? Like,
She
you don't
probably
have to
gets
do...
like a thinking face.
She has her sending face, yeah. But yeah, Corey's just kind of like, I always liked reading poetry in school. I don't know. I'm okay at baking.
Okay. Okay, one moment. Okay.
I imagine she starts the sending and Corey's like, what? And we're like,
Yeah.
no, she's not talking to us. Don't worry about it. This is a thing that happens.
She's talking to her friend who's not here.
She did demonstrate telepathy to, but I think it was to the other guy, Victor.
Oh, yeah, she did.
We alluded to the existence of sending, and
yeah, you were very vague about it. You're like, we can get in touch with you, and they were like, okay.
Okay, this will be the message. Hi, Torkel. Do we maybe have space for a teenager that likes sneaking around and sewing? Or archival shit? Can she replace Adakora's previous job?
God, yeah, I guess they have an opening at the archives, don't they? You, you hear Torkel like says, not to you, says like, 1 moment, please. And then sounds like he's talking to somebody else, and then says, Ophelia? Possibly. Well, I'm sure we would want to meet them in person here first. But if you have a friend who's looking for a job, bring them to the archive.
Okay, I'm not going to send another one.
All right.
Um, to to Corey. I'm gonna be like, okay, so in theory, if a job was available for you for like, I don't know, sorting books, what did you do at Akura? You were just a librarian, weren't you?
Is that what I did?
Yeah, pretty much. You were like an assistant, a library assistant,
I
basically.
was a clerk.
Yeah, you did a lot of sorting and shelving and finding stuff.
Yeah, sometimes if people were looking for books, I was the one who was helping them find it. Um,
Yeah, nerd shit. Anyway, if you want to do
when
nerd
people
shit,
return books and they're really
yeah,
fucked up, then you have to decide whether to fix them or not.
yeah,
Um,
which involves sewing, because bookbinding is a thing with like threads and shit. Wow, what a perfect job opportunity. Anyway, there's like a job that you can have if you want it, probably if they like you, I guess. In Rec Syndrome.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
can you guide yourself?
With my -1.
You
Okay.
can guide yourself, yeah.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll be like, hey, want to see a cool trick? Guidance. Persuasion. Persuasion ain't gonna help my 0 score. Or my 0 result. Okay, wait, but with the
You got a
D4,
0?
I got a natural 1.
Oh my
Oh
god.
god.
Oh dear.
Wow.
So that's
okay.
1 with guidance.
Wow. An unnatural one.
Yeah. A natural and
Um,
unnatural 1. Just,
both, yes.
yeah.
Ooh.
She looks like she doesn't quite believe you. Like this is just the weirdest thing anybody has ever said to her.
Sounds about right.
It's like total stranger is offering me a job in another city. Like that does not seem legit.
Okay, so like here's the thing. The Cobalt Soul is like this organization. I don't know. Have you like ever heard of the Cobalt Soul?
Yeah, it's a library in
It's
the
a
capital.
library.
There's
It's a
one in
library. There's
Zadash,
one,
maybe.
yeah, in Zadash and Rexentrum and the Menagerie Coast and some other continents. White Brim? White?
Wild, oh no.
White? Castle?
Taldore.
Yeah, Taldore.
Westrin. You're thinking of
Yeah, yeah,
Westrin.
that one. Anyway, we have lots of libraries. We also, I don't know, we do a lot of knowledge stuff. We also have like monks that are sneaky and like to sneak around. Um, we're basically like, I don't know, a not cultural, a multi-country,
National?
universal, multinational
Mm.
uh, organization that has been known to take in a few people who don't really know where the fuck else to go.
Like me.
Yeah,
I'm just
like,
gonna kind of raise
yeah,
my hand. Like, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
like Antimony. You really had like nothing going on, did you, Antimony?
No, not really. I kind of dropped out of school and it was a big thing. But if it's any consolation, you don't have to officially join the organization. I'm kind of working on like a um oh god, what's the word for this?
Consulting? Contracting?
Yeah, it's like an independent
Freelance?
contractor, freelancing.
Yeah, freelancer. Okay.
There's like opportunities to go forward, like in the sense of like getting a
Adakura
steady
is
job.
paying your rent. Yeah.
Yeah. In the sense of getting a steady job, there's definitely places for that as well. We have lots of positions. Usually, you could be a monk or a cleric, or you could be an archivist, or if you wanted, I'm sure there's other clerical, like, not clerical, what is it? menial jobs, not like menial because it's like it's still important. People who mend stuff is important, but like those kinds of jobs. Hospitality, there we go. um, but I can basically, from what I'm understanding of what has happened in the past like 2 months or so, I have a lot of sway in this organization.
A lot of hiring power, yeah.
So
You have a lot of clout.
apparently, so just like think about it if you want. There's probably a job for you in Rexentrim. It's only like, what is it, 2 hours? No, half a day away.
2 days.
2 days. Okay, 2 days
Well,
away.
it depends on how fast you're traveling. Anyway, it's not 2
Yeah.
hours.
It's like not a far distance
not
away
far.
from here. We're still closer to Rexentrim than Zadash, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
closer.
Okay.
You're very close to Rexentrum.
Yeah. So like, I don't know, it's kind of a great place for people who don't really know what to do or where to go. They have lots of information that most other people don't usually get to see. It's usually like locked between government doors and stuff, like the stupid assholes that they are. You're allowed to like be critical of government when you're at the Cobalt Soul. And I'm sure they'd be glad to have a person who likes sneaking around doing stuff. I don't know. Just like think on it. There's a few days, and I think, if you nobody wants to talk to Crash solo, but like if you wanted to, I could probably get. Is Crash them or she?
See,
I could probably get her.
Galifon is them.
Okay. I could probably get her to talk and see if maybe you would be a good fit, which is like all a lot to throw at you while we're walking and we've only known each other for like half an hour, but like, just, there's options.
Who's Fresh?
She's like the like monk part are known as like expositors usually, and she's like the top expositor, I think, right?
He is the top expositor.
Yeah,
Not all
she's
the
like,
monks are expositors.
yeah.
But yes, he's the top one. I don't think Corey knows what an expositor is.
Expositors are like,
he looks confused.
they sneak around a lot. They also do their best to ensure that as unbiased a view of like current events is recorded like as much as possible, because governments, like pretty much everybody has their hands in history and wants to color it their way, but expositors search for truth. They can punch the truth out of people, which is what our friends are, which is what might be happening right now. It won't happen to you, but I mean, like.
Yeah, she looked a little nervous when you said that. Okay, make another persuasion check with advantage.
You're
You
like,
had some
you're
help
not gonna
from
get a
Intimidate.
one.
Oh, do I roll to assist?
No, I'm gonna have Ophelia roll twice.
Okay.
Because she's doing most of the talking.
Yeah.
I don't know why there's a plus. Oh, it's because I rolled 2d20 instead of 2 separate 20s at advantage. 18 minus 1, 17.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, she is just sort of quiet for a second, eating her food.
Oh, and you get like free room and board, I think.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
If you
yeah,
like
and
work
clothes and
full
stuff.
time there, you
Yeah,
can
if you're
get
full
free room.
time.
Yeah, you do. Well, Atacora does. Okay, yeah, she looks kind of thoughtful now, and is just munching on her food, looking down at the ground, thinking about it. I mean, if you think they'd have something for me to do, maybe. never really left Ravenload, but there's not much for me here now.
Rexentrum is just like a bigger Druvenload, I'm pretty sure. Kind of. There's like more buildings and stuff, but it's like close enough. You have like some crime, I guess, in there, which you might be familiar with, and they have like normal people who you're also familiar with. I don't really know where the Cobalt Soul lands in terms of criminal and non. They're like on the line. The
Yeah.
government stares at the Cobalt Soul and is like, if you make one wrong move, we're like throwing you all in jail for 10,000 years.
Yep. I think the general image of the Cobalt Soul is that they're legitimate. They're like semi-criminal activity is definitely like not public.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, they're librarians who punch things. Like that's what most people think of the Soul.
True, true.
Sometimes they're like adventure librarians. They go look at ruins and things like that too. Okay, yeah, she looks a little bit more like she's considering it. Um, okay, so yeah, you guys, by this time, you've probably reached the guardhouse again.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you're allowed in. The door to that room is still closed. They're probably just like still talking back there.
We're just like chilling.
We're just kicking our heels.
Yeah, are you just gonna wait till they're done, or are you gonna interrupt?
I don't want to interrupt.
Okay.
I
It's
don't
like,
think anyone wants to interrupt see a crush at work.
Yeah,
Even though I really want to know what's happening in there.
a little scary. Okay. Yeah, there are a few more people sitting around, like the usual number of Crownsguard, but there's like some extra people. Um, People wearing kind of like one of them looks like they're maybe an assistant to the lawmaster. They're wearing like some kind of uniform that indicates that.
Okay.
they're like gathering the squad to go and arrest one of the more influential people in town.
Perhaps, you don't know. But yeah, you sit around for like another half hour maybe, and then Aurelia comes out, closes the door behind her, sees you guys, says, "Oh, hello. Uh, what was your meeting?"
I will
Look
just
fine.
yeah.
Maybe we can talk about the meeting like not here, like maybe just like in a little room somewhere.
Sure. Yeah, they've finished in there, but I think the expositor and the watchmaster and the lawmaster are all discussing things and taking notes and figuring out what to do next. So, uh, I thought I would come and see if you were back yet. But yeah, she leads you guys into another empty room. Well, just another little meeting room.
Okay, Anders says he's gonna be willing to give a testimony if you can somehow assure that he won't get in shit for it. I think. Was that it? To Adakara?
Well, first of all, Anders said he would drop the contract. So Hydrix should be happy about that. But yeah, he seems dubiously willing to testify if he can have some assurance that he'll be left alone afterward.
Well, I don't really like the idea of just letting him get away with it, but might be our only option. May have to talk to the Watchmaster about it. Of course, we might not need his testimony. I think they're trying to decide if they have enough to just arrest Petrov based on Heydrich's word and Felix's. I think they will. I mean, yeah, the things that Heydrich, the two of them together is pretty damning.
Do you think they'll be able to like go to the other person in the guild who is like also kind of behind this? Didn't we decide there was another person?
Oh yeah, Gita Zimmerman, I think.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
kind of
someone else is
suspect
muddling.
her.
Concealed
Yeah, you suspect
Kazuya's
her
suspicions
right on
from
the
Erlen.
basis of that, basically just on the basis of the fact that she was the one who took over the mines after Cassia um Cassia was removed from her
Yeah, and it
position.
sounds
It's all
she
circumstantial.
also
but
intercepted
she's the
the
one
letter.
who took over. She intercepted the note, and she would have been better placed than Petrov maybe to go into, to steal Kazuya's notepaper, to take out the money, to stiff Felix.
Right. You haven't found anybody yet who has admitted to doing like the specific framing parts of this.
Yeah.
Heydrich took the message from Petrov to Felix and gave him the first part of the money, but he did not write the note. He claims, and I think you asked him this under Zone of Truth, so you know he was telling the truth. He doesn't know anything about an attempt to frame anyone. He didn't forge the note. He doesn't know who did. He
Yeah.
has never been in the guild house, so he didn't take the money out of the thing.
Yeah, and I don't think Anders has anything on Gita, but still, the more evidence, the merrier.
Yeah, you don't really. Yeah, there's no very solid evidence against Gita. You just kind of figured that somebody else in the guild has to have been helping Petrov out.
Yeah, and it's like not enough to get one half when both of the halves are like trying to get your mom into shit. Like, I just think if someone were fucking with my family, not that I actually would put this in practice, because that's a little, but like in theory, if people were fucking with my family, I would like destroy them, you know?
Ophelia's like, I have never had and never will have a family, but hypothetically, if I did. Nope, my family has no enemies.
No.
They're just very boring and safe people.
Yeah.
Did you guys bring Corey into this meeting with you?
Yeah.
Or did you leave her outside? Okay.
Corey is a part of the squad now. Also, this is our friend. I don't remember if you met. Yes, you did.
Yes,
We're
I was
friends
with
now.
you. I was with you when we went to the apartment, says Aurelia. All right.
Yeah, she's the one who's
She's
supposed to
gonna-
bring a message back to Anders once we've decided whatever's going on.
I see. She sort of looks Corey up and down. All right. What do you think? Do you think should I try to convince the Watchmaster to let us give Anders some kind of immunity over this? Or do you think it's not worth it?
I think it's worth it because, like, if they're not gonna get Anders for like anything else, because he's probably been in a lot more, then like, how are they gonna get him for this, other than the testimonies, I guess. But like, there'll be more crimes that Anders is committing later, probably, maybe.
Almost certainly.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see what I can do. Why don't you come talk to the Watchmaster and the Lawmaster and Kresh with me and see if you can help me convince them.
Adakora would love to do that.
Okay. Okay, yeah, Aurelia will head back out into the room. The door to the meeting room is still closed, but she just knocks on it. And someone like calls for her to come in, and she comes in to the room. All of you. You see, Felix and Hydric are both here. They're both like kind of lying in their beds that they've just been like sleeping in this room for the last couple of nights. And they look a little bit drained, but not like, injured or anything. They don't have visible injuries. But they both look kind of worn out and seem to be resting, but they're both like awake. And then Kresh is here along with the Watchmaster, who I think is like a human woman, I want to say. And then I don't remember who the Lawmaster is. It's not that important, honestly. It's down somewhere. Oh, okay. The Lawmaster is a man. A human man. His name is Franz Eriksson. He's just like an older human guy with gray hair and a mustache. And then the Starosta is Uvilia Weck. She is also here, and she is a middle-aged gnome woman.
That's who? The
Which? The
who
person I just
is
posted?
Uvilia?
He's the Starosta of Drivenload.
It's a whole party.
Yep, everyone
And
is here.
the other person was named
Quinn Theramast is the Watchmaster.
Okay. And who's Franz?
He is the Lawmaster, which is like
Jesus Christ.
the magistrate person. I think I'm getting all of these straight. There's a lot of...
There's a Watchmaster, there's a Lawmaster, there's a...
Yeah. Look, I didn't make this stuff up. This is Matt, okay? So, don't blame me. Yeah, there's a mayor, there's the chief of police, and there's the, like, head judge magistrate person. They're all here. They're all here with Kresh, talking about this. There's also somebody else who's, like, maybe an assistant secretary kind of person who's, like, been taking notes. But yeah, when you guys come in, they all look up and see you. Like, well, there you are, Aurelia. We're nearly finished here, says the Starosta. We have enough evidence to proceed with the arrest of Petrov Sauer, which will be a delicate business, considering his position in the city. But this investigation would never have made it this far without your help. and the rest of you, of course. She kind of looks at the three of you who have come in. Aurelia had, I think, asked, forgot my NPC's name, Corey, to wait outside for this because this is like very, very sensitive. She was like, "All right, you can just sit in the lobby while we go talk to like every leader of the town." So yeah, Corey's not here. It's just you guys and Aurelia. And yeah, Kresh looks at all of you and says, "So, did your meeting go well? What were you doing? Talking to someone else who might have information?" Oh my god.
Sorry. Sorry,
Tough.
I briefly zoned. Can you repeat the question, please?
Okay, yeah, it was so the Starosta was like, "Okay, thanks for your help. We're gonna we have what we need to arrest Petrov."
Okay.
And then Kresh asked you guys like what happened on your meeting? What exactly were you guys doing again? Like how did that go? Is basically what she asked.
Right. We met with Anders, who hired the assassins who were sent after Heydrich. He's willing to drop the contract with Petrov. He may be willing to testify against him if he can be assured that he'll be left alone.
Kresh looks at the other three, says, "I don't know anything about this person, but they sound like a real piece of work."
Well, you definitely feel slimy after having a conversation with him, but
I bet. Well, do you think we need more evidence, or is this... I mean, this will be enough to arrest him for something, but paying for the death of another person is a more serious crime than sabotage. It might be worth it.
and so far he's the only person other than Heydrich who's spoken to Petrov directly.
Okay, Adakor, make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Well, I rolled real bad.
Oh no.
8?
Oh boy.
Total of 8.
All right. The Starosta kind of looks at the Watchmaster and is like, "Do you know this Anders individual?" She nods grimly and says, "Yes, he's not exactly a leader in the criminal underworld, but he's certainly a fixture of it. He's one of those people who has ties to both uh, the criminals and the legitimate world." Don't think I want to risk losing any leads we might have on him. Been pursuing him for a while, so I'd rather not grant him anything. All right, the Starosta says, "Okay, I'll take your advice then in this matter." So she says, "Okay, no, you're not going to offer unity to Anders." Yeah. So yeah, and Crash is like, "All right, that sure, it's your
Yeah.
decision."
Yeah.
She's like, "I did my job here, so yeah." She says, "All right, I think my job here is done. Good luck arresting your man. He sounds like a slippery one." You're talking about Petra.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she's like, "Okay, I'm done here." Um, yeah, and then the Watchmaster also says, "We are going to lift the restrictions of the Anak, send some of my guards to let the family know." She's been exonerated for suspicions for this.
Thank you.
Of course. Frankly, I'm relieved. He's not the sort of person I would have expected to do something like this.
Well, do you want our help here for anything else?
I don't think so. My Crown's Guard and I will take care of the arrest on our own. We'd rather not citizens involved in that. There's no need for it. Aurelia, you can accompany us if you would like. As a representative of the assembly, of course. Aurelia says, "I think I will, yes." But yeah, you guys are kind of basically thanked for your help and then sort of sent on your way
We are now shuffled
for
out of the room.
for this final pivotal step.
Mm.
Because yeah, the Crown's Guard doesn't really want like helpful randos to come with them while they arrest a very important man.
The adventuring parties are always stealing this part from under our nose.
Yeah.
Not this time.
But yeah, Crush leaves with you. And she says, "Well, I am probably going to stay here for the night. I've got a room at an inn already, but we'd be happy to meet your parents if you would like to introduce me to them." She says to Antimony and Adagora.
Oh,
Sure. God.
Wait, is this who speaking?
Crush.
Oh my god.
Correct.
Yeah.
God.
She's like, "Do you want to invite me over for dinner? Because I don't have anything else to do." Basically.
Let's invite her.
So funny. I'd much rather have Aurelia over for dinner. Okay. Aurelia's busy doing the cool stuff.
Right?
Oh God.
Yeah, she's like,
Guess what? It was see a crash. Bet you're glad you left.
"Yup." I think you told her that before she left. I think she was like, "Oh
No.
fuck, I'm glad."
I
Or
don't
no,
think
she
because
didn't
we
know it was Crash. But
know.
yeah, you told her an expositor was coming, and she was like,
Yeah.
glad I'm not gonna be here for that."
Not
Any
only an
expositor
expositor.
would have been nerve-wracking.
Yeah, this is like the expositor.
Yeah. Anyways. Sure. Yeah, I'm sure our parents would like to have someone to meet to tell them that we have jobs and someone there likes us. So
Oh
good.
my god. Okay. Yeah, Corey is also like
Right. We have to
awkwardly hanging around. Just like,
we have
okay,
to communicate with Corey. What happened?
what did they say? What do you want me to tell Anders?
They're not interested in a deal at this time.
Right?
That was very diplomatically phrased.
Yeah, I was.
Thank you. It's my charisma score.
Okay, I'll tell him.
I don't know how long we're going to stay in town, but Ophelia can contact you the way she did Torkel before we're leaving. See if you're still interested.
Like, just in my head.
Yep, she's
Yeah.
very distinctive though.
I'm sure if anyone does that, I will just assume it's her. I don't think I know anyone else who can do that.
Good point.
As far as you're aware.
Yep. As far as I'm aware. All right. I'll talk to you later then, I guess. And she leaves.
We should have invited her for dinner. But maybe that would have been a
If
bit
she's
much.
got out of sight, send to her now. Send her now. Wait, do you want to come to
Just
dinner?
now.
Pardon?
You could still ask her to come to dinner.
Yeah, she's walking away. You could like call her back if you wanted to.
Should I just yell after her? Do you
Yeah.
want to come to dinner too?
Yeah.
Please, actually, do that.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
Ophelia can't invite people to dinner to a house that isn't her
That's
own.
true. Yeah, it is Antoni's house.
I mean, she would, but
I feel like she would, so that's
Yeah.
actually a good argument.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, so Antony, you yell a dinner invitation after Corey. She turns around, looking surprised. Sure, I guess. Is it okay? I want to do something first. Or it's not even like quite dinner time yet either. It's like 3 o'clock. Where's your house?
Yeah, that's the question. We give her directions.
Okay, she's
Yeah.
kind of like, okay, fancy place. Okay, okay, I'll be there. Thanks. I want to go check on Victor. He's well, Anders did send somebody after him. He's fine, but
Oh.
you know, he looks worse than the last time you saw him.
do you
Bring you
want
for dinner too. You'll get a heal.
I look at Cora like, should we invite him too?
Oh my god.
The assassins you sent after us have become a part of our found family.
God.
Like Dragon Age
Yep.
Origins.
Yes, exactly like Dragon Age Origins. Somebody's gonna fuck the assassin. But yeah, she leaves again.
It would be so funny if Victor came too.
Ophelia was gonna be like, do you want a healing spell for him? Like, do you want company?
Oh, she would probably say yes then if you said that,
Okay.
because she remembers you doing that before.
Okay. But I also don't want to be anywhere near Anders. So, like, maybe we'll meet somewhere after you talk to whoever that guy.
Others?
Yeah.
Okay, well, do you remember where Victor's place is? You were there.
Yes. Said dubiously.
You probably remember how to get there. It's fine.
It's not like
Okay,
this is big enough.
I'll meet you there. This shouldn't take me very long.
Okay.
Okay, she does leave now to go talk to Anders. Crash has been standing there this whole time watching all of this and looking very interested.
God.
I might as
What
well just
was-
like unload it on her now.
What was
like,
that about?
Okay, look, we want to recruit her to the Cobalt Soul. We're just look. I sent a message to Torkel asking if there was a spot, and he was like, "Yeah, but we want to like talk to her first, and then like you're here, so like you can maybe get a gauge on her during dinner."
Well, wouldn't it be the first time we've recruited a teenage criminal?
That's what we thought.
I suppose Torkel count. Well, he wasn't a teenager, but he was a little bit older.
How old was he?
Torkel? It was before me. He's older than me, so
Oh,
he joined before I did. I think he was in maybe 30, late 20s, early 30s.
well, that's not bad.
When he joined.
I feel like if you're gonna join the Cobalt Soul, you have to like start young, cause like, how else are you gonna avoid the indoctrination of the uh, third parties? You know. Ophelia's like, okay, I'm gonna head out. Bye.
Crash is like, okay. She's like, we have plenty of people who join as adults. Like, we don't. In fact, most people do. I don't think they take a lot of children. Like late teens at the earliest. You were probably like weirdly young for
That's true.
a person who joined the Cobalt Soul.
Well, you know, we also love a good redemption story, so I guess older people can join when they want, even if they're like, how old are you, Adakora?
Guess.
Even if they're like 207.
I give no indication one way or the other.
Anacor's a good poker face, yeah. Okay, so are you all going to go to Victor's place to meet Corey, or just Ophelia?
I think just Ophelia.
Yeah, I think
That's fine.
we.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
I'll probably go back home and tell my mom that she's not going to jail.
Okay, good idea. Yeah. Yeah, I think some Crownsguard have already been dispatched to give her that message, but you will get there shortly after them if you leave now.
Mhm.
Okay, so Antimony and Adakora, you take Fresh back to the Knock house. And Ophelia, you find your way to the sort of shabby apartment building that Victor lives in,
Yes.
and just wait outside. Who wants to go first? I don't know.
We can go first. Sure.
All right.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. So as you approach the house, the Crown's Guard are leaving as you get there. They're like coming down the front walkway, and they greet you as you pass. They remember seeing you at the place.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
Friends with cops
So.
everywhere.
Uh-huh. Anyway, so yeah, you can just open the door. It's not locked. Everyone's just kind of sitting. By everyone, I mean Taito and Cassia and um, Timothy's grandparents. Maybe Erland is still here too. I don't know. Okay, no, he was here last night, right?
Yes.
He
Wait.
probably went home then. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say Erland's not here. Um, but yeah, grandparents, uh, Taito and Cassia are just sort of sitting around looking a little relieved, a little bit shell shocked. They're talking quietly to each other. You guys come in.
So you've gotten the
Cassia,
news.
yeah, right. Cassia jumps up and comes over and hugs Antimony, and then she hugs you, Adakora.
Mm.
Says, "Yes, we did. Yes, we got the news. You're both all right?
We're fine. Ophelia will be back shortly.
Good. Um, come in and sit down."
We do, I assume. And we can kind of, is Crush just standing there and we're like,
Yeah,
also.
she's just waiting to be introduced. She's letting you have your moment. She's like familiar enough with the situation that she knows what's going on.
Yes. Everyone, this is Sia Crush. She is from the Cobalt Soul, the expositor that they sent to collect testimony. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, Crush gives a deep nod. Pleased to meet you. Katya says, "Well, we are in your debt then. Thank you for helping get this cleared up." She says, "Of course. It sounds like the person behind this is, well, maybe responsible for more crimes than just this one. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes." Yeah, she will also come and sit down. And you just kind of give them the story. I think Cassia will just ask you guys like for the details now that she is not under investigation anymore.
Right. Yeah, sure. Let's. We can tell her all the stuff that we've been sneaking around guiltily avoiding telling her.
Mm-hmm. Okay, how much detail do you go into? I'm just curious. Is there anything you leave out, like particularly major?
Probably leave out the part where Ophelia and I almost died.
Yeah, we
I
will.
mean, we looked pretty bad, but we came in late, so
Yeah, I don't
I,
think they saw you. I think they were
yeah,
asleep. It was
I
just
think just
Hanalora who saw
Hannelore saw
you.
me, so she doesn't have to know about all that.
Okay.
Unless Antimity's like, oh, and also.
No, I'll try to be tactful for once and not mention that you nearly died.
Right. Okay, yeah, there's still a few points where Cassia's like, okay, that was. You have to be more careful. when you tell her that you just like followed Hydric around at night.
Yeah.
We
I was
were
kind
armed.
of, yeah.
This is what we do.
But yeah, and Kresh is just sort of watching this, amused. But yeah, you fill your parents in on all of this. Cassia says, "Well, thank you. I'm sorry all of this happened on your visit.
We're sorry it all happened the week of your wedding.
Yeah.
Well, Taito and I were going to take a trip in the summer, sort of honeymoon, but I think we might just vacation now. I think we could use the break." Get out of town for a little while.
Where were you thinking of going?
Kamorda, maybe. It's not grape season anymore, but they've got you can still try a lot of different things.
Peak middle-aged couple thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna go. They can't do a
Wine
vineyard
taste.
tour really because it's almost winter, but they can have some wine tasting. Go to some wine tastings.
Do you think Dad and I have been through Kamorda before?
I don't know that you can decide that if you want.
A lot. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to remember, like, just trying
you
to.
spent a few years just sort of moving around. I think.
Yeah. There's some wiggle room in the timeline for indeterminate moving
Oh,
around.
it's a long time too. Wow, this is well, okay. It doesn't say when you guys settle in Druvilla. That's not in the time.
No.
But there are 33 years between when Taito and Adakora leave Bisayas Teal and when Taito and Cassia start dating. So
I know.
that's a pretty big window.
Elves are the worst.
Yeah. So yeah, you may not have been traveling for 33 years. You probably settled in Druvilla sometime before then. But
Right. But there the point
gives us
is
a few decades to work with. You could definitely have gone through Kamorda.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the map. How far do I think I've gone?
Yeah, you can.
We haven't gone for the
decide.
Savalier Ward because it's gross there. Who wants to go there?
Yeah, I don't think you didn't leave the Empire at any point.
No.
That's probably the only restriction that I will give you.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, you can have gone pretty much anywhere you want. Wherever you think Taito would go.
It's on the other end of. Let's say we've been there. What
Okay.
would I remember about it?
What do I remember about Kamorda? Better pull up the thing.
Just remember there's lots of beer there.
That's Trostenwald, I think.
Oh, wait.
Kamorda is Winetown.
Wine, yes.
see. I think it's in the Marrow Valley, technically.
What I remember from Bo going home was that it seemed like kind of a shithole.
Let's see. Okay.
Like the weather's really bad. Like the only way he could actually grow a vineyard there was to make a deal with the witch. Like really bad.
Well, I don't know because there are apparently like multiple vineyards, so it can't be that bad. Like they didn't all make deals with hags. Okay, let's see.
Yes. Maybe his plot of land was especially bad, but it's not the whole region.
Yeah, I think he just got like he bought some shitty land. I think that's what it was. Was that
Mm.
he bought some land for like pretty cheap because it was garbage, and they were like, "You're not going to be able to grow anything on this," and then he got
And
the hag.
he wasn't.
Yeah.
Then he wasn't able to.
Right. That's why he
But
had to
yeah,
go to a
that
hag.
makes more sense.
Okay, yes, it says okay, so the Julius Dominion, it was part of the Julius Dominion. When the Dominion was conquered by the Dondalian Empire, it was discovered that this phenomenon, which is intense geothermal activity in the area, infused the local earth with minerals that support a number of rare plants, ones that normally would not survive in Wildmount. This had led to a very profitable, carefully guarded industry of farming exotic herbs and fauna, as well as local vineyards that produce exquisite wine with flavors not found elsewhere in Exandria.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
cool.
It's got some cool stuff. Okay, so there's like weird in like the mountains around Comorta, there's like a lot of weird geothermal activity. But Comorta itself is pretty nice, it sounds like.
Weird geothermal activity. I wonder what that means.
It's very vague. I think it's kind of... Let's see, what does it say? The Bromkin Hills that surround the city of Comorta are gray and rocky, unable to sustain vegetation. Patches of gray, bubbling mud form between the hills, where natural vents perpetually release lazy fumes of sulfurous gases.
Oh. Beautiful.
But that's like up in the mountains, I think, not like in the town itself. I don't know. It's probably like weird volcanic activity, and then like the actual farmlands are like good volcanic soil or something.
Okay.
That kind of thing. Ooh, and sometimes they have little earthquakes there.
Nice.
The next arc is that we have to rescue my parents from a Pompeii-esque eruption.
Oh my god. Ooh, if you read the Comorta section in the Gazetteer, it tells you the origin of the mysterious geothermal activity.
Oh.
If you want to know, it's in there.
Sorry, I just derailed talking about.
No, that's okay. I got
random.
Yeah, I got curious. Yeah. So yeah, they're like, we might just go to Comorta, have some wine tastings, stay in like a B&B, you know, honeymoon shit.
Yes. Good
Katia
times
also
in Comorta. Katia, what?
Katia will also say, Erland is fine. We gave him a ride home in the carriage to make sure he would make it there. So yes, he's okay. We talked for a while. We're, well, we're pretty sure that someone high up in the guild has been helping Petrov, someone else. But of course, there's no evidence for it at all. Although maybe when Petrov is arrested, he can be convinced to give up the person who is helping him. I think that's our best hope at this point. We're certainly not going to just drop the subject, though.
It's grim, but do we don't really know what she and Erland talked about because we left again pretty quickly.
Yeah, and they like had a private conversation. At least that was what they were gonna do. They were like gonna go sit in Kassia's office and talk about this stuff. Because like
Yeah.
Kaido doesn't really know the ins and outs of mining guild politics the way Kassia
Right.
does.
Mm-hmm.
And her parents are super retired, so yeah, they, as far as you know, they just went and like discussed their suspicions by themselves, but they
Yeah.
they don't really have any evidence, so
Right.
well, how many people are we expecting for dinner? Ophelia's coming back.
Uh, we didn't actually invite Victor. We just talked about it. Or
I think you actually invited Victor.
okay. How do you put this?
Well, we kind of invited some. We made some friends along the way, I suppose. So Ophelia might be bringing one or two people back with her.
All right, that's fine, says Cassia. All right, so us, the expositor, Ophelia, maybe one or two other people. We'll be fine. We'll have enough.
It'll be a little. So glad you didn't sabotage the mine party.
Oh goodness, I should probably go and tell Meryl
Yes.
and everyone else. I forgot her brother's name. He hasn't been very important. What is his name?
If he'd done any of
Hendrik.
the wedding planning, we'd know it.
Yeah. Hendrik is their brother. I think he's the youngest. Yep, he is.
Mhm.
Okay. I better go and tell Meryl and Hendrik the good news. But yeah, that's just sort of, unless you guys would like to bring up any topics of conversation, it's probably just going to be like sending messages to relatives, getting ready for dinner, that kind of thing for the next couple hours. Okay.
Anything else we need to pass along for plot reasons? First question. Don't think so. Well, how's Antimony looking?
Doing all right. I think I'm kind of like in that state where after you achieve something, you're just kind of like a blob of relief, you know?
Mm-hmm. I will hug you around the shoulders and give you a squeeze.
I will accept the squeeze.
And then I get you in a headlock.
Ah!
Oh no.
Never trust anyone.
Surprise. Okay. All right. Are you guys good for now?
Yeah.
It's gonna help with preparations.
Yeah, chill out for a bit.
It's good to relax sometimes. Okay. So Ophelia, you head over to Victor's building.
Yes.
You probably just have to like stand awkwardly outside until Corey gets there because you don't know how to pick locks, which I think is how you got in before. But
Yeah, that's fine.
Picked the lock on the front door. But yeah, it's fine. You just stand around for a little. A few people come and go. They don't really pay you any mind. And then Corey shows up after a while. Hi.
It's a good thing you didn't like die or anything.
Yeah. I'm. This is just finally over, so it's good.
Yeah, that's probably relieving.
Yeah. If I leave town now, nobody's gonna be after me.
Also another very good thing. How, like, injured is the guy?
Victor?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to die or anything. It's just uncomfortable.
Hmm. Was it like today?
Let me try to remember what been on which day. Yes, today.
Seems kind of rude of Anders to be in the middle of a negotiation and then, like, be like, hey, in the meantime, I'm gonna go fuck up this one person, but, like, it's not like I really know how criminal organizations work.
He just kind of shrugs. But yeah, she'll unlock the door. She clearly has like a spare key or something.
Mm-hmm.
And you go back up to Victor's apartment. He's kind of dozing in the bed, but he wakes up when you guys arrive. And yeah, he just looks kind of like someone beat him up. Like he doesn't have. It's not like after the fight with you guys where he has like sword and arrow wounds. Like it just looks like someone hit him a lot.
Oh,
Um, but yeah, he's just kind of in bed, recovering from whatever this is. Yeah. And he wakes up when you guys walk in. Oh, it's you again. Looks surprised to see you, Ophelia.
I take it you're gonna be glad that it's all over too, huh?
Is it? He's given up on Hydric?
Yeah. As far as I'm aware, at least. That's what he said he'd do. I think, right?
Corey nods. Yeah, yes, officially. And they're arresting Sour, so it's not like Anders is going to get anything out of him now. Wow, says Victor. Did not see that coming. Took this job.
I can imagine there was a lot of stuff you didn't see coming. How hurt does he look, like on a scale of level 1 cure wounds to level 2 cure wounds?
Make a medicine check. I don't know.
6. I rolled a 2.
Nice. Yeah, you don't really. It's hard to tell. I mean, it all kind of looks superficial, but might be worse than it looks.
Okay, fine, I'll do 2d8. I'll do a level 2. I'll be like, I am going to send you a healing spell, I guess, or whatever.
Okay. He remembers you doing this before, so he like sits still.
Also, like, not to repeat a familiar conversation that someone else might have heard, but like, what do you do even? Like,
I do.
yeah, like, do you just kill people for money?
Not just kill people. I also steal things.
Is that like something you're comfortable with? Like, will you have a job after this?
Oh, sure.
Did he say, like, confidently, sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to work with Anders again after this, but yeah. It's like, look, I'm a man of many talents. Are you worried about me?
No. Okay, I'll do the spell.
Okay.
He'll get, I don't know, an amount.
Some dice.
15 plus 19. Healing points.
19. Okay, yeah, he like looks great. Like the swelling goes down on his face kind of as you watch. It's a little bit weird. I mean, not for you because you're used to this kind of thing, but Corey looks a little unnerved. And he sort of like touches his face. Wow. Thanks. That's very impressive.
I'd be like, you're welcome, but you did try to kill us, so I don't know.
Yeah. No wonder we couldn't kill you.
Obviously,
Abilities
I
like
mean.
that.
Well,
Most of the people I fight don't have holy powers.
yeah, well, at least you realized your mistakes when it happened, I suppose. Anyway, that's all I wanted. Oh yeah, do you want to go to dinner or whatever?
Me?
Yeah. With me specifically alone? No, I'm just kidding. With Corey and Anakora and everyone.
I'm asking
Hey.
you out.
Yeah. Do you want a date? He's like,
We see him with his shirt off so many times at this point.
yeah.
It's irresistible.
Oh my god. He is very he's got a lot of like lean muscle. He's pretty good looking.
Did we ask if he was hot?
I don't remember. I'm sure you did at some point. He is hot. He
Yeah,
he
I
looks
don't know.
he just
I
has
feel like
kind of like a
I feel like we've been slacking on asking if people are hot.
Yeah.
Anyway.
yeah. No, he's got like
No,
a
no, no,
really-
no. We are. I have in quotes next to my NPCs list. Hot in a dangerous kind of way.
And I did-
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah. He's got like some scars. Some
That
face
is
scars.
verbatim quotes.
Yeah. No, this guy, and I don't think he's not all that old. He's probably like in his early 30s, maybe 30-ish. But he looks like he's been doing this stuff for a while.
One thing at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is this? Are you inviting me to a restaurant with all of your friends, or like
No, I
do you
think
live here?
no. Not that like it's a bad thing to live here, but like no. It's like a hooray, it's over dinner, I guess. I'm pretty sure it's just a normal dinner, but then I invited Corey and now I'm here, so like maybe it would be rude to not invite you.
Okay, where is it though? Where's the dinner?
It's at a secondary location. I will attempt to describe where it is.
Okay. He's like, oh, yeah, your friend. That's right. Your friend's parents got framed or something. He's still a little
Yeah.
bit fuzzy on the whole situation because he was not party to all of it.
He was just a
paid to
murder.
kill Hydrick. Yeah. I don't know if might be a little too fancy for someone like me.
I mean, okay. It's not like I would say no to free food, but like you do whatever you want.
He looks at Corey and she just kind of shrugs. Like, are you going? And she nods. Uh, if you think it wouldn't be weird, then I guess I'll come.
It probably wouldn't be weird. We're kind of like scoping you out, so.
He looks very doubtful, but he's like, sure, I guess. Oh, God.
Maybe like try to look a little bit less suspicious, but like.
See if I have any. I think I have something nicer that I can wear. He gets up and like sort of stretches his. He's a little stiff even after the healing, and he goes and like rummages in his wardrobe. Gets some like clean clothes.
To Corey, I'll probably be like, do you like want me to wait and go with you, or like will you be able to find the place on your own?
I mean, you gave us pretty good directions. We can probably find it. I should go change too, honestly.
Oh, I guess so.
She kind of looks at. She's like, "Yeah, I. Not that I have anything very fancy either, but I don't know. These are kind of dirty.
I mean, it's probably not going to be that fancy, but like,
Running
I
around all
guess.
day.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it is dinner with like a guild person or whatever. They're probably pretty important in this town, I think. I don't know. Are they? Yeah.
Okay, Cassia is, yes. Absolutely, she is.
I don't know. Do you know Cassia? To Corey?
No.
Okay, well, don't worry about it. I'm gonna leave. Bye.
Okay, what time should we go over there?
I will give a time.
Okay.
Whenever they usually have dinner, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Then I'll leave. I figure they probably want to talk alone too, so might as well.
They might.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Bye, Ophelia, says Corey. Okay, yeah, you head back to the house. You arrive. You arrive to find everybody at the Knock House just sort of bustling around, thing with dinner prep, including Fresh. He's like setting the table, talking to
Oh my
whoever.
god.
Kassia's helping Ingrid, the cook, make dinner. I think Crash is talking to Taito while they set the table.
How's Taito doing?
He seems all right. Definitely like relieved, super relieved, and he seems like he's kind of like a little bit more cheerful than usual, just like out of sheer relief, and is trying to be very like beat and stuff. Um, but yeah, Ophelia, you and this is what you see.
Wait, where are Antimony and Adakora?
I don't know. What are you guys doing? Thing?
Wrestling. I don't.
Yeah. I mean, I think I would probably be helping set up something, either like helping cook or setting the table or whatever it is that they need help with.
I don't know. I'm trying not to get in the way. Looks like the jobs are mostly covered, but
Wait,
I
yeah, you guys are
guess.
they're just hanging around.
Yeah. I guess when I enter and see whatever's going on, I'm gonna telepathically be like, what a typical man behavior, letting everyone else do all the work while you just like fuck around and do nothing. To Adakora. And then I'll approach, because that's pretty much. And I'll also do nothing, because, you know, they seem like they have it covered.
I'll just let this stand. It's fine.
I do not care. Okay, and do you go and tell Cassia that there are 2 more people on their way?
I will tell Adakora, and he may relay the information.
Okay. All right.
Wait, two more in addition to Corey?
No, Victor also.
So just Corey and Victor.
Yeah.
Okay. He said yes.
Yeah, because I flirted with him for 15 minutes.
Huh. Well, you better keep that away from the table because that's disgusting. And
I mean, I
I'll tell my
guess.
mom. It's two more people.
She's like, oh, okay, sure.
I'm gonna go back to Ophelia. We're not telling them that these are the assassins that were sent to kill Hydric. I'm telling you, we're not telling them. We didn't tell my parents about that whole near-death experience.
Oh, well. Wait, No, okay. Yeah, okay.
You told them something about the
Right.
assassination attempt on Hydric, but you did not mention the part where you almost got killed.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, that's pretty crucial to the whole.
Yes, we ended up saving his life. They know that.
Yeah.
So there had to be something to save his life from.
Yep.
But for all they know, we just chased away the assassins with
Yeah.
sheer charisma.
You didn't go into a lot of detail about that.
Yeah. So if they ask how we met Victor and Corey, what they do for a living, any of that, we just lie.
What's this, like, we thing? Do you think I'm going to be talking at all during this dinner? No, I'm going to be stuffing my fucking face with bread rolls.
Well, you're the one who invited an extra guest, so.
I guess.
Unless you want Sia Crush to steal him.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't... That's perfectly suitable for things. I mean, next thing you know, she's gonna, like, get him to unveil all his secrets, and then he'll have a change of heart and become a better person, maybe.
I don't think she's going to be punching his secrets out of him at the dinner table.
Did I say punching?
That's her job.
I'm sure she can hold a conversation just as well as she can punch someone. Where is Crush right now? As we talk about her.
Helping Titus at the table.
Okay. Can she hear us?
Make a perception check.
Oh no.
Great question.
You're like one room away from her. You can see her from where you are. So
16?
Does not appear to be listening to you.
Okay.
As far as you can tell, she has no indication of hearing what you guys are saying.
She'd just find it endearing anyway, I'm sure. Because Ophelia is nothing if not charming to everyone she meets.
Uh-huh. As you guys are talking, there's a knock on the door.
I'll get it.
Okay, it is Victor and Corey, who both look uncomfortable. They're like looking at the house like, okay.
This is way more wealth than we need to be in without stealing it.
Yeah, Corey's wearing a dress like in the kind of the style that Hannelore wore to the wedding, except like way simpler. Like the fabrics, is not as nice. And yeah, Victor's just wearing kind of like like slightly formal, clean clothing. You're like, this is probably the best he had.
Well, hello. Sorry for getting you into a very awkward situation, but there will be free food. I'll let them in.
All right, says Victor. Hasia probably comes out and is like, oh, hello, you must be.
This is Victor and Corey.
Nice to meet you. I'm Cassia. He like introduces everybody else in the room. Dinner will be ready in a few minutes.
I'm imagining Victor and Corey just like,
Yeah, they're both
running
like
around just in fear.
they like greet her politely, but other than that, don't seem to really know what to do with themselves.
Well, I'll sit them down somewhere and
Okay.
sit with them, so that's a little less standing
Great.
around twiddling
Yeah.
thumbs.
Victor kind of mutters like, this is the kind of place I would kill to break into. He's just kind of like, damn.
Well, now
That
he
was
gets free access, so we better not fuck
that,
up.
that was a joke, but also not a joke. I mean, it was not a joke, except I'm joking. I'm not going to rob your friends' parents. Love parents. How are you two related? He kind of looks at Adakora and like to Antimony, who is helping out with something.
Oh, yeah, she's my sister.
Okay.
I'll point out the relate. That's my dad. That's my stepmother. That's Antimony's mom. Just
Yep.
point out different people who are here because, yeah, they really.
All right. I mean, Victor's not a bad fighter. You remember him. He did almost
yeah.
kill you and Adakora. He was like one
Yeah.
of the better.
That's the
better
one I
fighters
hate.
in the group.
It's too late now. You invited him
Yeah.
to dinner.
Well.
You sure did. But yeah, that's probably why he was the one who survived, because he was the toughest and was the last one alive. You doing okay,
I
Corey?
recall-
He asks her, and she's like, kind of nods. She's just looking around. Sorry, what were you saying?
If I was gonna say, if I recall, it was Hydric and Ophelia that he took down a few times because I was up on the roof.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Anyway,
you were up on the roof. I thought he hit you at some point. I thought you went
He
over
might
there at
have.
some point.
He might have, but he definitely
Yeah.
focused a lot of blows on Ophelia and Hydric.
Yeah, because Ophelia was near Hydric, I think, because she was healing him a few times.
Yes.
And yeah, one of the guys on the roof got you a few times. I think that was Corey's friend Theo. I think almost killed you.
Well,
Yep.
I didn't kill him back. I was not the person who did that.
I don't actually remember who killed who anymore, but
I think that
What's the
Felix
point of
might have
pointing
killed at least
fingers?
some
it might have been
Honestly.
Felix. Yeah, Felix definitely killed someone. So did Aurelia, I think. So did Antimony. I don't know.
I think
about
I did. I
anybody else.
knocked somebody off a roof. I'm not really
Yeah.
sure who.
I don't even think I hit anybody.
Yeah, you did not have a good time in that
No.
battle. But yes, you remember Theo was the guy that you did speak with Ed with, the younger of the two archers, who was a half elf.
Oh yeah, he was the funny one that we liked.
Yep, the dead guy that you liked.
Yeah.
Well, pretty soon we can just resurrect all our
Yeah.
enemies and
Is that what we're gonna use resurrection spell
My
for?
God.
that would be really good. It would be really funny and good. So let's do
Yeah.
It would be funny.
Not with
I
my
think
diamonds.
it's
Or not with
gonna
my
be
money.
I'll buy the diamonds and we can use them on people who got hired to kill us as opposed to like the really evil guys.
As opposed to people who just killed us because they wanted to.
You can
Yeah.
also just spare the dying them like you did with the guys who attacked Erland.
Yeah, true. Don't need my diamonds for that.
Nope. Yeah, you guys. So you make like awkward small talk with Corey and Victor, I guess.
Sure. I'll try to whip up some conversation. I don't and of course pretty tired, all things considered.
Yeah.
But I'll try to keep it going so it's not totally fucking awkward. I'll tell some embarrassing story about my dad. That's a crowd pleaser every time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then pretty soon it's dinner time.
I'll tell an embarrassing story about my dad and Kamorda. That's thematic.
Yep.
And then we can
Yeah.
swap our
So
places.
yep, dinner. Everyone is. Yeah, I don't know. You offered them free food, so
Yeah.
yeah. So um, you all sit down and eat. Expositor Crush is like a surprisingly fun dinner guest. She has a lot of weird stories that like also don't give away anything about the Cobalt Soul. Like it's just I don't know. She has had an interesting life, as you might imagine, for someone who's the chief of the expositors. Um, oh, you know what? I think she grew up in Felderwin,
Ah.
which is
Ooh.
the same town as Veth, because that's a lot of halflings live in Felderwin.
Mm-hmm.
And she was probably at the Cobalt Soul in Zadash first when she was younger. But yeah, she kind of tells a story about how she, was always getting into fights when she was a kid. She was like very scrappy, and finally, her family was like, "All right, do you want to go be a monk and like learn how to hit people?" And she was like, "Yes," basically. So yeah, and I think Cassia and Taita, they don't really ask any questions about Victor and Corey because they don't really know, like you know.
Yeah.
That's just sort of it's like very surface level small talk, I guess. But they start to look more comfortable as the evening goes on.
Do they look particularly interested in Crush's stories, either of them? Just out of curiosity.
Corey probably does, since you guys have like made this offer to her. I think she's more interested in the Cobalt Soul. Victor looks like in like a normal amount interested. But yeah, you can tell Corey's like thinking about it. But you didn't actually ask Victor to join the Cobalt Soul.
No, well,
So
Well, he seems fairly
Ophelia was feeling him
content.
out, but
He seems kind of happy where he is, to be honest.
I don't know about that.
yeah.
We were not in
Well,
that conversation, so I just don't know.
Yeah, but then eventually, dinner's over. If you guys want to talk to anyone about anything not in a group, now is probably the time.
I don't know if I'm asking anybody this exactly, but I am trying to remember, also out of character, where we are sending Felix. Is he going back with Aurelia?
You do not know. That's not really something you discussed
Hmm,
with Aurelia.
true.
Yeah, I mean, I think she had said some stuff to Felix like very early on that was like, hey, if you help us out, I might be able to, get the Cerberus Assembly to be more lenient or whatever, like that was on the table. And he was very cooperative once you guys caught him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So but yeah, and I think, I mean, this isn't really something that's in the books or the games in the Dwendalian Empire, but I feel like the Cerberus Assembly must do a certain amount of like wizard enforcement, because like
Yeah.
who else can really like rein in a powerful wizard who's running around doing crime?
hmm
It's hard to do. You need someone equally powerful, whether that's a wizard or like a high level something else. So yeah, he's probably going to have to answer to the Cerberus Assembly for some of this. But you didn't like ask Aurelia specifically what she planned.
I don't know. I feel bad for Felix.
Well, he shouldn't have had the misfortune to be hired to sabotage a mom to sabotage a mind to
Right.
frame her mom. So
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he made a mistake by getting involved with the protagonists.
Yeah, exactly.
But how was he to know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you guys, I don't remember if you got like any of Felix's backstory really. I can't remember what all I told you. Like he didn't really volunteer any information about himself.
He did not.
we got the impression that he'd dropped out of school and done his own studies, and that's really just
Pretty
about
much.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, you got the impression that he had been like magic school educated just because of like the materials he had and his sort of casting style. But yeah, he's clearly been on. He has gone rogue at some point.
I don't know. I just think, like, Felix, you're me. I wonder if I can be his jail pen pal. I don't know.
But yeah,
I
that's.
feel like this is like a sitting on the porch after dinner conversation.
Yeah.
You're just like kind of venting.
Yeah.
And this is something you can talk to Aurelia about later if you want. So
Yeah, I guess Aurelia has not left town yet. They're still arresting
No.
Petro.
Yeah, as far as you know, you haven't heard anything about that yet. So presumably it went fine because Aurelia didn't message you to be like, "Hey, Petrov, blew up his mansion and ran away or something." Like nothing
Not
dramatic has
imagine.
happened. As far as you know. Yeah, I think at some point, um, Victor is going to like take Ophelia aside.
Okay.
And just be like, "Okay, Corey told me you made her some sort of offer.
Yeah.
What exactly? What exactly do you want with her?"
From her? Or is that what you said?
Yeah.
Nothing in particular. It's more that it seems like she doesn't have much going on, and we could give her a place to have something to go on that's not strictly criminal.
So this is legit. You're not just making something up.
Well, making something up would be very rude.
No offense, but you're a little rude.
Oh no.
You better watch your fucking back when you leave this house, because I still have to punch you for putting me in the ground
That's
a
not
few
necessarily
times.
a bad thing. Where I come from, a little rudeness can be very useful, but I don't know. I owed Theo. He told me if anything happened to him, I should look out for Corey. She seems like a nice kid. Probably better that she doesn't stay around here.
Yes. I was actually kind of scoping you out too to see if you wanted to also be invited to the club, but like you seem like you want to do crimes.
The club? He says.
Okay,
a
well,
little, a
it's
little
not, it's like
confused.
if you want to be employed by the Cobalt Soul in Rexentrum and possibly other locations.
uh, he looks genuinely like thrown by this offer. Does the Cobalt Soul need a burglar?
You might be surprised.
Maybe so.
I have a
Well,
pretty specific set of skills,
Pretty good fighter, though.
and I am wanted in Zadash.
there are a few shady individuals in the Cobalt Soul, I think. And I don't know, you would have to go through like an assessment or whatever, just like Corey is going to have to go through. But I have been told out of character that people who are adults still have chances to redeem themselves, so.
Um,
Not that it's really a redemption, because we're kind of on thin ice with every. Well, I mean, that's not important. What's important is that there could be a space for you. I should really stop telling people that we're on thin ice with the government, because as far as other people know,
right.
we're we're
Yeah,
a great organization.
exactly. Yeah, the tension between the Cobalt Soul and the king is like not well known, I don't think.
I just get to know it because I didn't originally come from Rex Syndrome. And you get to learn it after a while. You're like, there's something going on here. There's like vibes I'm detecting.
Are you telling all of this to Victor?
No,
Okay.
no.
Just making sure. He's like, I'll think about it. I mean,
Yeah.
I do have some ties here. More than Corey does. I think her. I don't know the details, but I think she moved in with Theo to get out of this living situation, and the only work he could really help her get was the criminal kind.
Well, we are at least more reputable than that kind of a situation, so. And
I
I
suppose
don't know, the
so.
pay is pretty decent, I guess. It like changes depending on how much the DM wants to ensure that we get, but.
Oh my god. You know the DM has no idea what any of you make.
If we
But
say
somehow
we
we
want a
always have
diamond, then the
enough
gods
money.
make it happen. What did you say, Izzy?
Oh, I said, but somehow we always have just enough money to work.
Yes, exactly.
I'll talk to Corey about it, see what she thinks.
Okay. I don't know how much we like introduced Kresh, but she's like a top dog there, so if you vibed well with her, then maybe you will be a good fit for the soul.
Well, I didn't really talk to her. She seems extremely dangerous.
Oh, yes.
I've met a lot of people who can can tell a funny story with the best of them, but you can tell just below the surface if they needed to for any reason, they would just snap your neck.
People keep like saying that, but I just think she's like socially intimidating. Like, I'm sure she can snap my neck, but like, I don't know if that's a fear.
Yeah. All right. I'll 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 think about it.
Okay, I'll probably send a message to Corey. I don't know, when we leave. I think that was a plan. As long as you coordinate with her, then, you know. And if it doesn't work out in Rex and Trim, you can probably just go home. It'll be fine. Or you could take it up with the Rex and Trim criminal underworld. We'll, you know, see what. I don't know why I'm encouraging that you continue with your crimes, but, you know, can't change a horse if he's already brown, you know?
Yeah, well, rumor has it the Myriad's trying to put down roots in Rexentrum again, and I am not exactly on good terms with the Myriad. Not the Zadash Myriad, anyway, so
Oh, well, you can go
maybe
to,
maybe I'll avoid that.
yeah, you can go to Port Damali. Become a trafficker or something.
A what?
Well, you know, it's Port Damali is like one of the biggest ports for human trafficking on the continent,
What?
so it is.
Look, the Myriad might get mixed up in that kind of shit, but I don't want to.
Well,
Why
that's
would you even
good.
suggest that?
Because it's, you know, one of the biggest parts of crime. There's like theft and stuff too, but like, you know, whatever crime you're into, I'm sure it's there.
Sorry, I was talking to Juliana. Um, he's like, I am a thief. It's a very respectable profession. I have a lot of
Mhm.
hard-earned skills. You're
Of
just fucking
course.
with me, aren't you?
Well, maybe a little.
All right, okay, I believe that you're not trying to lure Corey into something horrible, so
Oh, that's good.
yes, that's good for you.
What, would you kill me? I would try to
Mm,
kill you first, so don't even
I
fucking
know.
try it. And I have 3 friends who would, like, fucking destroy you.
Yeah, I know. I've seen him.
Yeah.
Ophelia having a antagonistic conversation with any NPC. Is this flirting? All right, he goes back to sit with everybody else.
Yeah, he better back off. I will return also, I suppose.
Okay. Okay, does anybody want to do anything else before we stop? Because it's getting really late.
No, not immediately. I probably want to talk to Felix before he ships out to prison, but
Oh, yeah.
we'll cross
We
that
need to
bridge
talk
when
to
we get to
Aurelia
it.
again in any case, because I want to know how the arrest goes.
Yeah.
Yes,
No,
yeah.
you guys have some loose ends still to tie up.
But
We
we
can
should
probably.
go to bed and wake up at level 6.
You know what? I think that's a great idea, actually.
Ooh.
Wow. Oh my god, I get to read thoughts even harder now.
My God. Yeah, I
What
think
does that mean?
you
I get
guys.
class abilities.
To read minds even harder?
Yeah, let me just
Is that a
what's the site?
knowledge cleric thing?
Yeah, what's the D&D site?
Ooh.
The not D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond? Which site?
It's like the illegitimate
Oh, I
site.
don't know. 5e tools?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you guys, you don't hear anything from Aurelia tonight, which you kind of think is probably fine. And Victor and Corey eventually leave. Let's see. Ooh. God, it's only a matter of time before you try to read Hannelores thoughts and figure out that you can't. I'm so excited for that. Oh, all right.
Ooh, so I get expertise.
Ooh, fun.
Ooh.
But yeah, you guys eventually go to bed. You're all exhausted. It's been a long couple of days.
Okay, wait. I actually before bed I want to send
Oh, okay.
Torkel another message.
Sure.
Hey
Go for it.
Torkel, I want to recruit another person, so can I just bring both? Well, I mean if he accepts.
He sounds a little tired. You're like, oh, I might have woken him up. Um, uh, Ophelia? Yes, sure. Bring both of them. Somebody will meet them and and see if they think they would be a good fit for the soul.
Okay, I'm gonna use my pearl of whatever, my third sending thing, and I will send a message to Hannah Laura.
Okay.
I'm not gonna think on it too hard. Hi, Hannah Laura. This is Ophelia. Wait, it's 2 days. Did you reach your intended destination? Okay, bye.
I think it's like an 8-hour-ish
Okay.
trip. Like, you guys
So it
did it
was
over
a
2
full
days, but
day.
she didn't have to. She's probably back in Rexentrum by now if she, like, traveled the full day. Because, yeah, she left this morning. Wait, hang on. I have to look at first character sheet real quick. I don't think her item blocks sending, but I gotta make sure.
It's not a divination spell.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's just, and I think it's just like mind reading magic. It's not all divination magic. Ring of mind shielding. Let's see. Okay. Immune to magic that allows other creatures to read your thoughts, determine whether you are lying. Ooh, so Zone of Truth does not work on either. Know your
That's the only
alignment.
protection you're going to get from Zone of Truth.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. Know your alignment or know your creature type. Okay. Creatures can only telepathically communicate with you if you allow it. Interesting. Okay, so she can, like, I assume if she feels someone trying to communicate with her, she can just, like, let it through without alerting you that there's, like, a block.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So okay, yeah, she recognizes your voice and, like, lets the message through, but you don't know that that's happening. And she knows you can do this, obviously, because she's seen you do it a bunch of times. Oh, Ophelia. Hello. Back in Rexentrum. The trip was fine. Hope everything is going well with the investigation. Thanks for checking on me.
Okay, that's it. I'm not gonna
All
tell
right.
anyone about it because I don't care. But
Okay. You don't care at all about Hannelore. It's fine. Doesn't
yeah.
matter. Okay. All right. And then you all go to sleep and wake up at level 6.
Yay.
Yay!
Hooray.
I have something very exciting. Hang on.
Ooh.
Ooh, what is it? I have to, like, look at the artificer progression because I literally know nothing about artificers. I have no idea what abilities you're.
Okay, so I'm getting more infusions now.
Ooh.
And so what I'm gonna learn. Okay, first of all, Adakora, can you attune to things?
Can I attune to? Yeah,
Right?
anyone can
Everyone can
attune to things.
attune to
Yeah.
things, right?
You,
Okay.
you just can't be attuned to more than 3 things at a time.
Okay. Good.
Attune
I'm
to
gonna start
something?
making you a cloak of elven kind because
Ooh.
I think we could use the boost to stealth.
Well, I could pick stealth as an expertise, but if you, but if you're give me a cloak, maybe I won't.
It's let's see. Yeah, it's when you wear the cloak with its hood up, perception checks made to see you have disadvantage, and you have advantage on stealth checks.
Ooh. If I did expertise and that, that'd be a lot.
That would be a lot. No one would ever see you again.
Yep.
I was gonna pick
but
stealth, and then I didn't know what I was gonna pick for the second one. I just don't know.
let's see. But then also for the next infusion that I learn, because I get like 2 more things that I can learn or whatever. I am going to learn how to make a little homunculus.
Ooh.
Wow.
What does it do?
So it's like this. So I can make it look however I want. And I'm thinking, since we don't really use the Vox Seeker for its actual purpose.
Yeah, it's not like the most, it doesn't have the most uses, honestly.
I'm thinking, what if I sort of like hack this crab and turn it into my little homunculus servant?
I think that's a great idea.
Love it.
So now the crab can go scuttle across the battlefield and I think deliver touch spells to people. So
Ooh.
possibly it can heal you, maybe. Um
We've
so
got
yeah.
to name it if we do this.
You do.
Yeah, we really do.
Felix.
I'm still thinking. Felix the crab.
In memory of the party member we don't have.
Yeah.
I really do have to choose another expertise. It would just be really funny if you were suddenly much better at insight.
It would be funny.
You wake up and suddenly you feel remarkably wiser.
6.
Who am I kidding? I am gonna pick persuasion.
I think I have to level Hannelore up a little to make her the same distance from you guys. All right. Okay. Well, have fun leveling up. I will talk to you all later.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye.
Good night.